There's a big shakeup coming to Oregon's legislature. 9 Republican senators and 1 independent are prohibited from running for re-election for their next term, despite attempts to fight it. One such lawmaker is Senator Tim Knopp. He was replaced as minority leader earlier this month.
I don't know what my public service career looks like for the future, but I do know that it's been an honor and a privilege for me to have served.
The electoral punishment follows last year's walkout, when Republican senators stalled the legislature for 6 weeks by not showing up for work, thereby denying the Senate a quorum. They were seeking to block the majority Democrats from pushing through legislation they opposed.
Absent: Bonham, Boquist, Finley, Hayden.
Colleagues, a quorum is not present for the proceeding of the Senate.
Knopp blamed the decision to walk out on the Democrats.
When you have a walkout, what has happened is the process has broken down, and the majority is at fault. If they just want to roll over the minority, they should expect a fight.
Senate President Rob Wagner, a Democrat, declined to comment. The senators ended their walkout once Democrats agreed to concessions on bills dealing with gun control, abortion access, and reproductive and gender-affirming health care. Oregon is one of 4 U.S. states that require 2/3 of lawmakers be present for legislative activity to proceed. Alejandro Querol is the executive director at Oregon Center for Public Policy, a nonprofit that lobbies for progressive causes.
When there are walkouts, all of the business of the legislature comes to a halt, and no business can be conducted. And so the difficult policies that we're trying to advance also come to a halt.
Since 2019, Oregon's Republican senators have walked out of the legislature 5 times. The last walkout was the longest in the state's political history. Oregonians passed a measure in 2022 barring lawmakers with 10 or more unexcused absences from floor sessions from re-election to a following term. Now 10 of the senators, that's 1/3 of the Senate, are ineligible to run for their seat next term, whether that's in 2024 or 2026. Knopp and 4 other disqualified senators sought to challenge the measure in court, saying the law was poorly worded.
We didn't think that the decision to bar us from the ballot was correct interpretation by the Secretary of State.
The Oregon Supreme Court rejected their argument.
And that is their right to do that. We recognize their authority. At the same time, we disagree with their decision.
2 of the disqualified senators appealed the decision in a federal court, arguing walkouts are constitutionally protected free speech. The judges didn't agree. Barred Senators Brian Boquist and Dennis Linthicum are running for state treasurer and secretary of state, respectively. Linthicum and another disqualified senator, Art Robinson, hope to install family members in their Senate seats. Democrats have held the Senate majority in Oregon for the past 20 years. Deborah Bloom, VOA News, Salem, Oregon.